A reading from the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus said, "But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you lock people out of the kingdom of heaven. For you do not go in yourselves, and when others are going in, you stop them. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you cross sea and land to make a single convert, and you make the new convert twice as much a child of hell as yourselves. Woe to you, blind guides who say, 'Whoever swears by the sanctuary is bound by nothing, but whoever swears by the gold of the sanctuary is bound by the oath.' You blind fools! For which is greater, the gold or the sanctuary that has made the gold sacred? And you say, 'Whoever swears by the altar is bound by nothing, but whoever swears by the gift that is on the altar is bound by oath.' How blind you are! For which is greater, the gift or the altar that makes that gift sacred? So whoever swears by the altar swears by it, and by everything on it. And whoever swears by the sanctuary swears by it, and by the one who dwells in it. And whoever swears by heaven swears by the throne of God, and by the one who is seated upon it." We at St. James Cathedral have a beautiful sanctuary, and we have some great, beautiful liturgical elements throughout our worship that really help us feel the sacred, help us feel the glory of God. We have an astounding sanctuary that when you walk in for the first time takes your breath away. We have a fantastic choir that is magnificent and can bring the glory of God into reality for many people. We have beautiful vestments and beautiful vessels for our Eucharistic elements to sit upon. These are stunning, and these are all wonderful things that help us connect with God, I hope. But none of these things are necessary. None of these things are completely dependent for us to experience the glory of God. Eucharist is just as much Eucharist when it's on a paper plate and in a paper cup than when it's on a gold-plated paten and a silver chalice. The hymns that bring the stories of God to fruition are just as much powerful when sung by a small gaggle of people in a rusty old piano than when our glorious choir sings them at times. It is the intention behind these things. It is the hope of the connection that we are striving to cease. Let us never teeter on what we're worshiping. If we ever fall into a category in which we do not feel like God can show up, if we don't have these glorious things, then we are at just a risk as these scribes and these Pharisees, these hypocrites that Jesus is talking about. It doesn't mean that we can't strive for beautiful liturgy. We do so because we love what we do, because above all, we love God. But we can slip into idol worship. We can slip into a misintention. So never stray from the fact that Eucharist is Eucharist, and God is God, and God is not bound by the glories of gold and silver and the bounds of our sanctuary. God is so much bigger than that. Amen.